How's it going, guys? Patel here, and this is my review of the Huawei watch, which I would rank as the best smartwatch of 2015. Why? Well, let's get started with this review. This might be Huawei's first smartwatch, but right off the bat, they do a lot of things right when it comes to the unboxing experience. The box the watch comes in is coated with a nice texture that has a smooth consistency to it. Inside the box, Huawei has lots of leather padding. They really went ahead to make the unboxing experience feel premium and authentic. It shows and feels. This actually reminds me of the packaging my collector's -8 came in, and it feels really authentic. I'm glad to say Huawei has pushed the design language of wearables forward, especially for devices powered by Android Wear. The review unit I was sent sported an all-black metal finish along with the appropriate strap, together retailing for $450 US. The all-metal build looks absolutely fantastic, especially when complemented by a great watch face. The watch itself sports a minimalist design. There's only one button on the watch, and it's located to the top right of the dome piece. There are etchings on the bezel of the watch itself to add some character, and the only visible branding is the Huawei lettering on the clasp. Speaking of the clasp, Huawei also went on to include a strap and clasp commonly found on luxury brand watches, a hidden deployable clasp. I have a similar strap and clasp on my -8. The way it works is you press both sides of the clasp to release the links on either side. Now, the clasp is exposed to view, and to hide it and secure the watch, you put both links up and push them towards the center of the clasp. Now you have secured your clasp and it's hidden from view, hence the name, Hidden Deployable Clasp. More information is etched onto the bottom of the watch, which is hidden from view when wearing it. Both the display and the bottom are coated in sapphire crystal, which is a first for Android Wear. The overall design of this model is sleek, modern, and comfortable. There is one aspect I did not like about the design, however: the strap. The watch comes with quite a few extra links, which are hard to take out without professional equipment or visiting a local watch shop. I think Huawei would have done better if they supplied some equipment to remove the links, or if they had implemented a way to remove the links, such as the way it is done with connecting the watch to the strap itself. Maybe next year. It would have made it easier to remove the links for any everyday consumer. Other than that, I have to say, the design is solid. In terms of hardware, this watch might be Huawei's first, but it's no slouch compared to the competition. The screen is a 1.4-inch 400 by 400 pixel AMOLED display, making for a super dense 286 pixels per inch, which is the most of any Android Wear product out at the moment. The display is also coated in sapphire for extra resistance to wear, tear, and most importantly, scratches. In terms of the processor, it sports the Qualcomm Snapdragon 400 along with 512 MB of RAM and 4 GB of internal storage. It's pretty common stuff amongst other smartwatches out there today. The Huawei watch also carries a heartbeat sensor and low-energy Bluetooth 4.1 in tow. In the spec department, the Huawei watch clearly leads the current pack of smartwatches out. But does it live up to the hype? Oh yes. That crisp AMOLED screen, I have to admit, is the best display I have seen on a smartwatch yet. Reading text messages and emails is easy and crispy, even when you're outside in direct sunlight. All my touches registered fine, and voice input was seamless. Performance-wise, the watch did have a few hiccups here and there during my review period, which has been 3 weeks and counting so far. It had the occasional frame drops and some stuttering as well. Overall, however, the watch was a stellar performer, as the most fluid experience on Android Wear I've had compared to the other smartwatches out so far. All around, performance is solid. Moving on to the software, there's really nothing special when it comes to Android Wear, as all the watches ship with the same OS from Google, along with a few added apps and watch faces depending on the OEM. The Huawei watch came preloaded with quite a few watch faces, which are actually good looking compared to those of other OEMs. Other than that, there was Huawei's custom heartbeat sensing app, and that was it for the additions. Again, Huawei stayed quite minimalist. Out of the box, this watch was sporting Wear version 1.3.0.2 and Android OS version 5.1.1. It's just the same Android Wear as pretty much every other Android Wear watch out there, so there's not much to discuss here. Overall, I'm happy with the way Huawei handled the software, as it was mostly stuck with a few extra watch faces which are actually decent and a heartbeat reading app. Last but not least, we have probably one of the most important aspects of any wearable device: battery life. Throughout the testing period, my screen brightness was set to 60% on the watch. With ambient mode off, I was able to get 2 days of use out of the watch, hitting close to 64% by the end of day 1 and having to get to the juicer by 8 p.m. on day 2. With ambient mode on, the longest I was able to run it was from 8 a.m. one day up till 1:46 a.m. the next day while using it heavily throughout the day. Both of these were tested with the Wi-Fi off. Now when I had the Wi-Fi on and ambient mode on, I was quite surprised by the battery life. I took the watch off the charger at 9 o'clock a.m. and by 11:30 p.m. I still had 36% of the battery left. I think it's safe to say that no matter what you do, the average consumer will see their watch lasting them throughout a day, maybe even 2 depending on how heavy their usage is. During all these tests, I did notice that the charger had issues. Now, the issue I'm talking about is it specifically snapping magnetically onto the watch. Numerous times I had to manually adjust the charger after it snapped on so the pins aligned with those on the watch. But at the end of the day, it comes down to a slightly flawed design. Hopefully, the next iteration will see this issue fixed. Overall, Huawei's done an excellent job on the battery department, and you probably won't see your watch die on you within the first day. It's safe to say that, at least. If you're looking for a new smartwatch this holiday season, try giving the Huawei watch a place on your wrist. The build quality and design language is superb. It's customizable as well. They have different offerings on the Huawei site along with the Google Store, and the hardware is the most up-to-date and powerful compared to the competition. It performs smoothly most of the time while lasting through an entire workday and then some. For me, the Huawei watch is the smartwatch of the year for its customizability, experience, and overall value. Sure, there are a few minor quirks here and there, but there's always room for improvement, and they aren't deal-breaking at all in regards to the Huawei watch. Huawei, thank you for progressing Android Wear hardware as a whole, and I can't wait to see what the second version has in store. Thanks for watching, guys. This wraps up my review of the Huawei watch, and I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please leave a like down below. If you didn't, go ahead and leave a dislike. All feedback is appreciated as always. Did you love the video? Well, give that subscribe button some of that love, and stay tuned to the content I have to come. I'm Patel, thanks for watching, and I'm out.